One man and his dog are dead following a house explosion in Harbor Springs. This is according to the chief of the Harbor Springs Area Fire Department. You're taking a live look from the scene at the corner of Charlie Run and Middle Roads there in Harbor Springs. And if you take a look at that live picture there, you can actually see debris on top and behind that vehicle there. Emmett County Sheriff's deputies are at the scene right now, and you can even see insulation and other materials from that home thrown right into that tree, just showing the force of that explosion. Like, it happened around 1 o'clock this morning. Right now, we're told first responders are waiting for investigators to get there on the scene, along with machines to help put out hot spots. At this point, it's not clear exactly what caused the house to explode.
A new report from the Auditor General says the state of Michigan undercounted state long-term care facilities' COVID-19 deaths. Mid-MichiganNow's Courtney Bennett joins us. Courtney, how many deaths were undercounted, and what did the state have to say?
Jonathan, according to this report, almost 2,400 deaths went uncounted. Now, according to the Auditor General, they looked at COVID-19 case death data as well as death certificate reports from the states. Now, this is the report right here. Let's take a closer look at the numbers. There were 1,393 long-term care facilities who were required to report their deaths to the state. A total of 4,269 facilities were not required to report. There was a difference of 29.6% of undercounted COVID-19 deaths. In total, 2,386 deaths went uncounted, according to this report. The state telling me tonight, in part, we continue to have serious concerns about both the methodology employed to compare long-term care facilities' self-reported data to death certificate data from Michigan's electronic data registry system and COVID-19 case and death data from the Michigan Disease Surveillance System, as well as the conclusions they've drawn from this review. I talked to two families who have loved ones in care facilities. Here's what they had to say.
This has just been of the last 2 months, but yeah, it does cause concern, you know, because we like to keep him sheltered and not where he can pick up things.
I'm not surprised. I mean, I think it's happened elsewhere. You know, they just, tried to make it look better than it was.
This is the full report, and you can see this on our website right now, MidMichiganNow.com. I also have the statement from MDHHS, their statement in full on what they had to say about this report. Coming up tonight at 10 o'clock on Mid-Michigan Now, I'll have more from another person whose mother is in a long-term care facility.
The 13th location, and it's all thanks to Gateway Pediatric Therapy. It's right here in Flint Township, and they started about a year ago with the Genesee Health System doing at-home services, but after talking with parents, they realized that they wanted an in-clinic location. So here we are now at the 13th location right off of Linden Road. The clinic provides applied behavior analysis to help kids and young adults who are on the spectrum with language and communication, social and academic skills. I asked Gateway Pediatric Therapy Clinical Director Elizabeth Elias if there is a growing need for these services in our community. She tells me she can't say if there are more or less who struggle with autism in our area, but they have been getting consistent referrals across the county.
Coming out, we're seeing an increase in diagnosis rates a lot more recently, and a lot of new studies are showing kind of a lot of what we've seen before, where there's deficits in communication, there's some challenging behaviors to work through, and then deficits in social skills.
Coming up this morning, we will tell you more on how you and your family can receive these services.
It's another social media challenge gone viral, but this one in the memory of the late, great Betty White. The iconic actress who died on New Year's Eve would have turned 100 on Monday. As people remember her, social media is being flooded with posts about the Betty White Challenge, encouraging fans and animal lovers to donate $5 to animal rescues or shelters.
Betty White was a major animal advocate.
Humane Society of Midland County Shelter Director Beth Wellman learned of the challenge and set a $7,000 goal.
They're supporting supporting her and her memory and how widely she was just beloved.
Between online and in-person donations, Wellman says the goal at her facility was surpassed, and by Monday night, they'd garnered more than $12,000. She says it'll support the surgery of a dog in foster care and other essentials.
We are the only facility for Midland County. There is no separate animal control or county-run facility. We're it, but we don't receive any of those tax dollars that are often in communities earmarked for the animal shelter, animal control division. We don't get any of that.
Wellman says the shelter was taking it a step further by offering reduced adoption fees on Monday. Before closing for the day, 9 cats had already been adopted, she said, matching the number for all of last week, and another way to honor and remember Betty White.
I don't think there's any greater honor than donating in someone's memory anyway, and then, this amazing push. I think she would be extremely pleased.